Hi, do you know I've been afraid, guys, of running my business, of not running it now, but scaling it. I don't know if you've ever been here where you feel like I have this vision. For me, I've had this vision for over 15 years now. I know exactly how I want Logos Audibles to be, how I want it, what I want it to do with the publishing, what I want it to do within publishing industry, not for the industry, but for the people who are our clients. And trust me, I love our clients so much that I want to give them so much more. And I know exactly what to do to give them so much more. I don't know if you can relate with me. Like, have you ever been in that place where you know how to do something and you know exactly what you should do for something to work and become a massive success? You also know that you have God, you've heard from God, but you still find yourself afraid to sustain this thing, afraid to scale it beyond your small circle. And I've worked with this my small circle for years. That's where I've been. That's where my mind space have been. And that's what I want to talk about. So if you have a minute, chill with me. Let's talk a bit. So first of all, oh my god, let me get like I can even hear my own breathing. Like I can hear myself breathing. I decided to do this video. Today is Sunday. It's about 3:41 p.m. now, Nigerian time. My children have gone to sleep. I actually told them to sleep because I needed to do this video. Guys, can you hear I'm breathing? What's there? Okay, I had to tell them to sleep because, first of all, they have exams starting tomorrow, most of them. And so I bribed them to sleep. I'm going to wake them up in an hour or two so they can continue reading because some already complaining about headache, all that. I know that they needed to sleep. But that's not even the gist. I needed this house to be quiet like this so that I could come do this video. My husband is also having siesta. So I started Logos Audibles 15 years ago, 2009, as a brilliant 29-year-old girl who was at the point where she was like, there's something you know how to do, right? Go ahead and do it. Ask, tell people you do this thing and make money. I didn't have any other company in Nigeria doing book editing and proofreading services the way I designed mine to run. I didn't have any company to look up to. I was just my good old Google, which incidentally also owns this platform. I mean, I can. If Google was a person, if Google was a person, if Google was a person, he would be my darling, and he better be a he. Anyway, I went to Google's research. Of course, I found all the US companies, UK companies, look at their charges. And from my kind of background, I was like, these costs are hilarious. But I took like something that looked like a 5% of the fee that they were charging. So if I saw a cost, for instance, saying it cost $5 to edit a 250 word document, that is they create their they call their word, they design their page to be 250 words. And I said, okay, 250 words is what I will also take. But $5, if I convert it to Naira, at that time, I can't remember how much it is, but now it's even way higher. Like now, $1 is about 1,800 Naira. So that time, when I looked at something and it was like, $5 per page, that's almost 10,000 Naira almost 10,000 Naira here. I will freak out and say, no, instead, let me put mine at what's 5% of 10,000? So at 500 Naira. And that was how I designed my own. If you heard the story of how I went to church and a dear pastor was preaching, and then I got this whole revelation. I was writing them down, how I'm going to structure my business at the time. After all of that was when all of this was still happening. And I wrote all my costs and I started to tell people I'm a good editor. Meanwhile, 10 years prior to that time, see, guys, I'm a voracious reader. I read all them James Hadley Chase, all the Mills and Bones series, all of them. I read all of those African series. I am such a voracious reader, and again, I love love. So all of those series, I love them. And I remember losing one of my biggest, sweetest novels by Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibilities. I lost it in the somebody took it from me in dining hall when I was in SS2. We were brothers. We had this group of exchanging novels and all that. But anyway, that was how it got missing. I don't know how. I still remember it today. So that's the kind of person I was, and I had always edited for people. Even when I was in university, I used to beg them practically. Let me look at your term paper so I can proofread for you and all that. And I did it with pleasure. I didn't think about it as something I could make money from, right? But at this time, I had moved to a new city, ran away from home. If you've not heard that story, I'm going to link videos here. And I had started out in a new city in Abuja, all the way from Aba in Nigeria. And I was working a job, owned by one of my mentors, but it was a small company, a micro business that was just starting out. And I worked for 4 months without salary, and I knew that if I was going to survive in this new city, I needed to do something fast. So I told him at the time that I wanted to start doing this thing because I was editing his magazine, marketing, doing other things. You know how those companies, they get you to do all kinds of roles. But at that time, I didn't mind because I was all up for the experience. Okay. And they were all within my skill set. So well, I wasn't afraid. But I was afraid when I couldn't get paid. I was homeless at the time, squatting with different people. I couldn't get back home to see my parents that particular year because it was my first year out of home, completely. I know I have gone for boarding school and back. I've gone to university and back, different cities. I've also gone to serve, mandatory service year, graduate program and back. But that was the first time of actually relocating, like I don't live with my parents anymore. So I couldn't. Then I asked my boss and said, I can do this for other people. I've been doing this. And he didn't have a problem with that. I started marketing. Guys, it was difficult for me to price and all of that. But I'm at this point where at that time I started editing for people. People started paying me. I'll tell you another story on how I went through my pricing hula baloo and all that. But I've gotten here 15 years later. That business I already started the next year in 2010. So it's 14 years this year. And I've made money, guys. I have. I can't even lie. I've also lost money, guys. Oh, you don't want to hear it. I've met all kinds of people, guys. I have read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of book manuscripts. I have I have gotten book gifts that blew my mind. These clients have given me opportunities. Being in the publishing field have given me so much opportunities. And the thing is that the early days when I started my book editing business, I wasn't even marketing it as such because I was still working other jobs. I was working 9 to 5 jobs. I was also blogging. I was such a blogging influencer. All of this were happening at the same time. So look at it like I had 3 jobs. And this is between 2009 and 2018 or 2017, thereabout. Girl, youthful energy. Okay, you don't blame me. Okay, but I have gone to a point where I'm like, I know I need to scale this business. I have teams. I've employed people on and out. I have a lot of team members. I've trained a lot of people because you by now you should know, but at the back of everything I do, I'm a great teacher. Like I like to share knowledge. I like to share anything I'm learning, anything I'm experiencing. That's just me, right? Now I have also converted it to an income generating business. But now I also have always found myself in this place where my income, that is the money I make after accepting to do a job and working with 2 other people on a manuscript or outsourcing sometimes illustrations that the author needs or printing because I have developed all of those partners for my company, working with teams, working with a few of my marketers. I remember Charles. Charles was my very first staff who was into marketing back in 2012, 2013. Like I've gone through all of that route. Now, guys, I'm at the place where I'm asking myself, do I want to do this? Do I have all the income? That's my fear. Do I have all the income to maintain a larger team? Because I know that when I have a larger team, we are going to be able to process much more jobs for more clients. Okay. Now, when I mean larger team, get people, more people who I'm going to pay, who are like full time. That's my challenge, right? So I have these team members who are my associates who are loyal to me like you don't want to know. I don't even deserve it, right? But I need people who are like my guys. Do you understand? Like my team, morning, afternoon, night. And now we are also happy. We started working with international clients. Most of our mix of clients are international. So many time zones. I mean, I've always had international clients right from like day one. But trust me, we have more international clients now. And see what I want. I want a company that has a presence in all of these major countries where we have major clients, and we even have offices where people can work in as much as we are a remote company, but you can always come around, have a meeting and all that, that kind of business. Because I still want to work with my global staff. Right now, all my associates, editors, I mean editors and writers majorly, that's the bulk of my team, are Nigerians, but living across different parts of the world. We used to have other people from other nationalities, but we don't have any right now, right? All of them are still Nigerians who live in different parts of the country. Now, I want to open up to those ones who are asking to be part of our team, who are not Nigerians, right? I also am afraid that if you get people on a full time, what if income doesn't come? Do you understand what I mean? And I just put out a recruitment a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and we had a lot of applications. We asked for virtual assistants and a manager. We just had about two or three, a couple of people who applied for the managerial role. I don't know why, but we have lots of people who are virtual assistants ready, right? We haven't, we have shortlisted, but we haven't communicated to anyone. So we haven't set up like any date, anything. And in my head, I'm still like, everybody's asking, so what else should we do? Should we move ahead and all that? And I'm like, wait, guys, that's where I need your help. How do I? Okay, also, before I tell you what I need help with, I have always wanted to run a company that makes celebrities out of authors. That's how it came about. In fact, the name Logos Audibles came about from Logos and Audible. So books that you can read and listen to. And at that time, Audible books were not very popular. There was no Amazon in that sense. It wasn't popular. If it was not popular, right? And it came about because when I was in university, I used to imagine if our textbooks that our lecturers used to give us were also things we can, listen on the go. That was how, I was thinking about it. Now we have gone even beyond that. In Local Studiables, we have a vision for creating stories, right? Using AI to make stories, authentic stories of the books that our authors are publishing. We have already test run it on African tales and beats. It's actually on YouTube here as well. I will leave the link here. But guys, I'm just like, what if I employ people and in the next 3, 4, 5 months, the company doesn't make as much money to keep these talents motivated and going? What do I do? I might just have to revert back to the way we have been, which is hiring CEOs, experts, freelancers working with us. Yeah, good a thing. Whenever we have a job and we're sourced to them, we come together to make sure it works. They make it priority. It works. Like the way we are now, we can handle any amount. Like one client can have 10 books and we still deliver it in 4 months. But you know what I mean? I want that structure that is more together. And I'm asking, I don't have any other source of income apart from my publishing business, right? And then my husband. I'm 44. Most of the people who are in authority, CEOs, government, politics are within my age range, right? And every day I'm asking myself, like, the young girl in you is still alive. You need to become bolder. You need to do all that, all that, all that. And guys, advise me. What do you think? Let me tell you what I think. I think that this recruitment that we need to make can be a game changer depending on how I allow it to be managed. And I'm asking myself, is there a way, a more affordable way to hire this many people so that our marketing arm can swing into full action and our internal control will also be tighter and our standard operations can, you know, come into play. So that it's not just like me. Yes, I built this business around me. It started as a sole proprietor. I registered it at the time with my boyfriend at that time. You don't want to hear this. It took me years before I got him to sign off on this company as well. And so you know why it's personal to me. What should this girl do? What should I do? What do you think I should do? Because this money that we are on about on this channel has to be made. Let me even give you a clue. We have clients from everywhere, different walks of life. We make money. I'm not saying we don't make money, we make money, but my share of this money cannot afford anything with my family size right now. I need to scale, even if it is so that I can make more money and my team can be more empowered and happier. We need to make more money. And I need to also come here to share. Okay, I mean, share money, share advice, practical things that are working. And I need your help. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do about this stage of my life. If you have more questions, ask me. I'll do another video to answer them until we get to the root of this. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I'm listening. I'm reading. Go ahead, drop the comment. Anything.